Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melina's just gonna have a commentary on dressing up as a woman and feeling comfortable as dressing up as a woman. Now, for me, I think one of the reasons why I don't think it's a big deal and I just never really worried about it was because I don't really identify with it. But some people that really do identify with it, for some reason, some people are very, like RuPaul just commands it, right? Like RuPaul feels like he's a fantasy. He feels like he's a major star, and he is a major star, why not? He totally feels good about performing as a girl and totally being a girl and dating a guy. He's all happy about that. He's totally proud of it. He feels very strongly about that, and he's not shaken or anything. He doesn't feel that it's something that he feels there's nothing wrong with it, and there really isn't. But there are some people that feel very uncomfortable with it, and I think nowadays it's not so bad. But there are some people that really feel uncomfortable with it and do not like it. And I think if you are someone that wants to perform as a girl, and you really want to give it a try, I think you should. Whether you identify with it or not, whether it's something that's a part of you or not, whether you like to just entertain at all levels. I mean, if I didn't do Mileena, my show would be half of the value, right? Like, Marco's show is very, very good. It's entertaining. It's great. But Mileena is so good on her own. She could be a performer on her own, right? So I do like to do both because I think it's important that you have those performance routes that are there for you. You know, if you want to perform as both, you really should, you know. Some guys look very, very good as men, but they look good as women too. And if they didn't give it a try, we'd be missing out, right? Now you have to really want to do it, right? But I mean, if there's anybody that's upset with it or doesn't like it, I mean, I don't even think there really is. But if there is anybody upset with it, doesn't like it, and you do identify with it or you don't, but you just want to give it a try, like it's really kind of cool, you know. I mean, look at how I look, right? Like this is like most people wouldn't be able to tell that I'm really a guy. So, I mean, that to me is shocking, right? I like that about it. So, I mean, for me, it's not a big deal, but I'm comfortable with it. For me, I've never been really worried about how I come across or anything. Maybe in my younger days when I was in high school, I worried about that, but I mean, not really now, you know? So I can do anything I want. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. This is my channel. I bring my energy to it. I do my own thing. I'm really pleased with how I perform, how I look. I love doing all this, you know. I'm never going to get a sex change. I'd never identify with Mileena. I would be out in public as Mileena as a performer, but not necessarily just doing my own. Maybe not for Halloween or anything like that, or even. But I would perform as Mileena for sure. But I mean, as far as it goes, I don't identify with it at all. I'm not. I'm not wanting to be a girl at all. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't want to. You know, I'm not the kind of person that's like, well, I'm not gonna. I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, I feel feminine. I feel like a real woman. You know, I'm not like that. I don't feel like a real woman. I feel like Marco, and you see Marco. Marco's great too, right? I feel like Marco, but I want to make sure you guys know that you guys out there, yes, out there. If you feel like a woman, don't let that stop you. Just because I don't feel like I'm a woman and I don't want a sex change, all that. If you want a sex change and you really thought about it and you know it's your real identity, then by all means, if you really want to, they do testing on people to make sure that that's the right decision, that they really want to do that. And if you have the means and you are able to do it and you really want to, it's not for someone that just sort of thinks they want to. You have to actually feel it in every bit of your bones and your body that you want to do that. Then yes, get it. And don't be afraid. Well, obviously, you know, it might be hard to do, but I mean, but don't worry about like if you really want to, you should not be embarrassed. You should not feel like it's something that you should be punishing yourself for or upset with. It's something that you should be proud of, right? Like, and some people, even if you're not the most glamorous girl, but and remember, there are some people that regret getting a change in that a sex change, or even dressing up as a woman, or even as a guy if they're a girl. Some people regret it, so do not be one of those people, right? You want to make sure you actually want to do these things, and that it's something you want to do. All right. For me, I don't even think twice about it. It's not something I'm even I feel like, well, I feel like I'm not Marco right now, only because I'm dressed up as Mileena. I'm seeing myself on camera, but I do feel like Marco pretty much all of the time, and I am Marco, and I do like Marco. And now, if you saw my dad, you would know why I want to be like Marco because my dad is amazing. He's so awesome. So, and people would miss Marco for sure, but Marco's amazing. But Yeah, so my dad is awesome. So that's what I want to aspire to when I get older. He's the best looking man even now in his 80s. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Bye now.